Welcome, welcome, welcome. What's going on? Welcome, Farida? Good to see you. All right, let's get into it. Do me a favor, as you're watching this either on replay or anything like that, please make sure you hit the like button. Thank you, thank you. I appreciate you. Let me see what's going on. We're doing well. We're doing well. Please ping everybody else into the room. You can also share this platform with other people. I've got a lesson that I want us to share with us tonight. All right, good. And by the way, if you're not subscribed to the channel, make sure you subscribe to the channel. All right, and you'll see why as we get through today. Today is the 11th day, finale of the initially set 11 days boot camp. But we're here, we made it to the 11th day. How's that, right? But today we're going to be talking about six-figure analytics secrets of digital marketing. So welcome, welcome, welcome. Let me know where you're plugging in from, if you will. That would be nice. Today we'll dive into the exciting world of data-driven digital marketing. We'll explore how analytics can transform you from a beginner to a digital marketing powerhouse capable of generating significant income, of course. And now, if you're sticking around till the end at exactly 9:30 p.m., I have a special announcement, so make sure you stick around to the end. As usual, we're going to keep to time. But yeah, welcome. Who am I? My name is Ola, and I'm thrilled to be here. My professional journey began in 1997 with a passion for technology, which led me to earn a diploma in database management from Workman Computer College in Akure, Nigeria. Fueled by my thirst to satisfy my Nigerian parents, I furthered my education in the US, obtained a BSc, a bachelor's in computer engineering, and an MSc in a master's degree in engineering management from the prestigious NJIT, Newark, New Jersey. But my interest has extended beyond just technical expertise, recognizing the power of digital marketing as far back as February 2009. After my initial business actually crashed, I've since become a Meta certified, Google certified, Google Analytics. I've also sharpened my leadership skills in, with things like PMP, POPM, CSPO, just a few, okay? But I'm also a 5 times author. So I enjoy this process. I'm enjoying what the process we're going through right now. I'm actually enjoying this, but we're working. In essence, in final analysis, I am a multifaceted professional with a unique blend of technology, technical knowledge, marketing expertise, leadership skills, and a passion for empowering others. Okay, so today I'm excited to share with you some analytics stuff. How do we measure? How do we track what we're up to in this business of digital marketing? How do we make sure that we're actually on the right path? Okay, that's what I want to talk about today. Now, our proprietary systems that I've been sharing with you will continue to use this as our framework. It operates on the 3-pillar system: value, system, and people. Imagine a successful digital marketing strategy as a study stool with 3 pillars holding it together: value, system, and people. Okay, those are the legs. It provides stability and support. Maybe a few other things around it, like the commitment, consistency, customer service, community and culture, continuing education. No, but these are the things. This is essentially the framework that I will continue to. Once you figure this out, you can basically do and undo. You can do some damages when it comes to businesses. Okay. Now, forget flying blind. Okay. Data empowers you to see what's truly happening in your marketing efforts. It's like having, uh, a magnifying glass. You will see a lot of icons around computers, magnifying glass, right? Sometimes it means you're searching, but honestly, you need to be examining each campaign. You need to understand what resonates with your audience and identify areas for improvement. Remember, audiences is essentially the same thing as people, right? So again, you have value system people. You need to, even at micro and macro levels, you need to take the time to understand what actually resonates with the audience, because they're the one. Money comes from one source, right? From people. So this allows you to make informed decisions based on facts, not guesswork. Okay. So understand your audience better. That's the whole point of analytics, right? This is why analytics matter. You need to be measuring your campaign effectiveness. You need to optimize your marketing efforts based off of what's winning. You need to look for opportunities to build on top of the winnings and to kill the losers. Okay, this is real. This is in real life. You will have to do this a lot. Okay, you scale the winners, you kill the losers. So essentially, you're looking to you need to learn how to make data-driven decisions when it comes to marketing. Unfortunately, a lot of people in their businesses, they just throwing anything at the wall and hoping that anything will stick. All right. Shout out to all 5 of you watching this live right now, and everybody that will watch later. But the point here is that this is orchestrated. There's a particular set of rules that I'm following here. I'll continue to share that with you, but this particular set of rules that I'm following that's designed to create success. It's like a domino effect, like each domino fall on each other as we go along, right? So the first phase of that was the 11 days bootcamp. We're on the 11th day right now. So you're going to see this play out a lot as we're going through this particular program here today. Now, knowing your audience, what does that exactly mean? What do we mean by knowing your audience, right? Imagine launching a product without understanding your target market. You wouldn't do that, right? Well, that's what most people do. They literally do exactly that. They launch products and services off of just their passion. They have no understanding. There's no market research. If they do any kind of market research, it's just, at the end of the day, it's all laced with their personal emotions. So the same applies to digital marketing. Okay, analytics tools like social media insights and websites, traffic demographics help you create detailed customer profiles. You need to know who you're trying to serve. So knowing your audience, okay, their age, their interest, and online behavior allows you to craft targeted messaging that truly connects where they are to your offers. Okay, you might call it product, it doesn't matter. Bottom line is that it better be an offer that actually speaks to their personal emotions and their needs at an emotional level. Okay, because at the end of the day, 85% of people will purchase off of their emotions, impulses, yes, and justify with logic later. That's just how that works. Now, it's obviously in your best interest to make sure you're creating good products that will go beyond that and actually make it easier for them to recommend other people to you and bring other people back to your business. All right, now think of the customer journey. Let's talk about customer journey mapping, right? This is one of the exercises that eventually you need to take part in, right? Think of the customer journey as your audience's path to becoming a loyal customer, right? From discovery to them becoming a loyal evangelist of your products. Analytics helps you map out this journey. It pinpoints every touch point. At exactly what point did you discover this brand, your product, who you are as a personal brand, and things like that. From that moment, they discover your brand to the final purchase, right? Or even subsequent purchases after that. By understanding how customers interact with your brand at each stage, you can tailor content, right? We talked about content on the last episode. You can tailor your content and messaging to keep them engaged and moving towards conversion. Does that make sense? I hope it does. So customer mapping is going to be a big part of our exercises as we go on, as we continue to deploy the three pillar digital business into, the three pillar digital business system into your businesses and your income and your endeavors, right? This is going to be a big part of that puzzle, because at the end of the day, a whole major pillar is people, right? So when it comes to people, you can think of that in terms of leads, customers, contact information is essentially people, right? So that's going to be key, a major key in all of this. So like I said, thirdly, last but not least, you get to tailor content, the content you're creating, and your messaging to make sure that your ideal customers, the audience you're serving, that they are absolutely engaged, all right, towards obviously the ultimate goal. Hopefully that's some sort of conversion, right? Even if it's just lead conversion or sales conversion and etc. Now let's talk about content a little bit. We talked about content already, but we're going to keep talking about content because content is king, all right? But creating valuable content your audience craves is actually the key, all right? There's obviously oversupply of content on the internet right now. But what about content that's actually good short term, long term? Like this kind of content I'm creating right here, it's not just good for now. Even though it might say a particular year on top of it, it's good for now and beyond. That's the whole point of it, right? For short term, mid term, and long term, right? And there's some content that's just good for short term. For example, trendy topics. If your content is about covering trendy topics, there's certain upside that comes with that, and there's certain downsides that comes with that. Those kind of content, they die very quickly, right? So it just makes sense. So it just depends on what kind of business model you have. But ultimately, it's about the audience. What is the audience looking for when they come to your platform, right? So analytics will help you identify high performing content types, like for example, blog posts. Okay, at least as of right now. This is a moving target. You never know, so you have to remain a student of this. That's why you see on the bigger picture, on the framework, you see there's a big part that says continuing education. So just keep that at the back of your mind. Ultimately, the audience gets to decide. As of right now, blog posts, videos, all right, these are high performing content types. Okay, and this will empower you. Again, this is all part of the analytics things, right? It empowers you to focus your efforts on creating content that resonates with your audience, because the analytics will actually tell you which one they are engaging more than the others. Okay, so the analytics will tell you that. Okay, and that's actually how you drive obviously conversion. Every touch point, when your ideal customer goes from one touch point to another, for example, they land on your website, but then they actually enter their email address and they end up on the confirmation page, that is a type of conversion, right? So that will be a goal on your website. What if they go from that step and they actually book a coaching call, right? What if they go from booking a coaching call to actually becoming a customer, right? Those are actual numbers that you will be measuring in your business, and that's called conversions, okay? So essentially, you'll be turning casual visitors into paying customers. All right. Let's keep going. Let's see here. All right. Developing a system of setting smart goals, right? Developing a system but setting smart goals. So there's goals. Everybody has a goal, right? Everybody's like, my goal is to make 6-figure. My goal is to make 7-figure. My goal is to build my brand new app out, or my brand new store out. I want customers coming through the door and flooding and just buying. Those are goals, right? But those are also just goals, right? There's something called smart goals. And if you've been any part of any industry for a long time enough, you've heard SMART goal, hopefully. But if you haven't, this is what it's about, right? They're essentially the roadmap to your digital marketing success. All right. Your goals need to be smart. What do we mean by that? Specific goals keep you focused. The S stand for specific. While measurable aspects allow you to track progress. So the measurable aspect of this is called the M, right? The M is an acronym. The M stands for measurable, right? So you need goals that you can actually track progress using key metrics readily available in most analytics platforms, okay? The most popular one being Google Analytics, right? That's the one I said I was certified in, right? And then also you want to make sure you're setting achievable goals. Well, if you're not measuring them, how do you know if they're achievable or not? So these are all connected at the end of the day. So you want to make sure you're setting achievable goals. There's some kind of baseline, some kind of benchmark, right? Usually initially it's off of, training, mentorship, coaching. I say, hey, go do this, go do that. Go do 100 pieces of this type of content. Then after that, the AI, the algorithms will tell you what is actually engaging your audience more, right? They will literally spit out ideas for you, right? And so, yeah, you definitely want to set achievable goals, but that also aligns with your overall strategy. So there is an overall strategy, but there's also numbers, okay? But also you want to kind of define a time frame to keep yourself motivated, right? Because hope deferred makes the heart weak, right? So you don't want to just be winging things along and doing things and doing things and doing things and just keeping hope alive. If that's not sustainable, eventually you'll get tired, okay? So for example, this program that I'm on right now, if I don't start seeing some kind of action, there's a lot of distraction, okay? There's more than enough distraction, okay? And eventually you'll find that you'll quit because it's just not sustainable, right? So you want to keep some kind of time frame to keep yourself motivated when you're setting SMART goals. But the whole point of this again is that SMART goals are necessary, but the analytics part of this game, when you're measuring and you're tracking your progress, allows you to actually set SMART goals. You can say, well, this is what we did last month, in the last 3 months. Sometimes you see 7 days, 28 days, 90 days. This is how we did. We're trying to beat that, right? You set a goal. It's not about attaining that goal. Well, it's kind of about attaining the goal, but it's about getting closer and closer to that goal and having, being able to compete with yourself, if you will, right? So I hope that makes sense. Again, a SMART goal is essentially the SMART, specific, clearly define your goals, measurable, track progress using key performance indicators. I'm sure hopefully you've heard that somewhere before. It's a major terminology or phrase that you will hear all the time. KPI, 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 key performance indicator. The issue is that there's so many things you can measure when it comes to digital marketing, but at some point you want to pick just 1, 2, or 3, no more than 3, that becomes like your baby that you track to make sure because if you try to track everything, sometimes that becomes an overkill, right? Achievable, you want to set realistic targets for sustainable growth. Relevant, you want to align your goals with your overall strategy. It needs to be relevant. I think I skipped that earlier on. The R stands for relevant. It needs to be relevant to the overall objective of what you're trying to accomplish, right? If the goal is revenue, focus on revenue. Sometimes revenue is a lagging indicator. KPI, key performance indicators. Some indicators are what we call the leading indicators. So let's say, for example, you're doing YouTube videos. A leading indicator might be YouTube views. A lagging indicator might be subscribers, because a certain number of views before a certain percentage will say, you know what, I like what he's talking about. I want to hear more of it, right? And there's a number and it's a percentage, and it doesn't matter what the numbers are. Just go out there and start doing. Eventually, AI will tell you what is actually doing well, and then you kill the losers and then you scale the winners, okay? If you don't learn anything from what we're talking about today, that's the goal, right? We're going to identify some winners. We're going to scale them. We're going to beef them up, pump them up. We're going to get more of them, right? We're gonna kill the losers with no emotions attached. Well, sometimes those losers are things that has to do with your emotions, your passion, something that you thought was gonna work, but then like sadly, like it's not working. You know, take them out. That's the whole point of what we're doing here. All right, so now website analytics. As far as your website, most websites on the internet are basically a ghost land. Do you have a website too? I bet you do. Maybe you created one with what do you call it? This new platform these days that everybody's talking about, right? That you could just drag and drop and create a website. You too, you have your own website, right? But it's a ghost land. Nobody goes there. Literally, nobody goes to your website, right? And then if nobody goes to your website, you're not going to make money, right? So most people can actually claim that they have a website. That's the reality. Most people have something going. At least they have a profile on a YouTube page somewhere. On Facebook, they have some kind of profile. But the question, if you're trying to do this as a business, right? How many people are going to your website on a regular, on any given month? How many people? If you can't answer the question, then we got a problem. Okay, so website analytics is key in all of this. It's essentially the platform or the tool that will allow you to measure how many users are coming to your website and to actually track the user behaviors. Okay, so your website is a treasure trove of valuable data. Everything is about data. All right, so analytics tools like Google Analytics will help you understand how users navigate your website, what pages they visit. Why would you want to know what pages they visit? Because that's the real estate. That is the hot prime real estate of your website. Your website might have like, I don't know, 30, 100 pages. Not all of those pages are built equally. Some of those pages needs to be killed, okay, because they are literally draining money out of your pocket. And some of those websites, some of those pages are what people will see and they're like, well, you know what, I'm pulling out my credit card and buying it right now. All right, how do you know which one of those pages? The analytics, the most popular being Google Analytics, right? So what pages are they visiting where they drop off? Okay, what pages is making them go back to Google? They search something, they landed on your website, but then they click back immediately to go back to Google. What pages has the most bounce rate? We'll call them, right? So you want to analyze this data to identify areas of improvement, like optimizing your website design, okay, the UX, the UI, the user interface, essentially. The call to action buttons, like so some buttons, believe it or not, some buttons will get you more sales than other buttons. Some buttons are orange, some are green. You want to do what they call the A/B split testing of those buttons, depending on what the size of your visitors are, right? If the smaller it is, the more you don't want to test nonsense, right? Because you're not going to have enough data. So it's like statistics, right? So you want to make sure that there's enough going through before you test certain things, right? And it depends. If you have a small number of visitors, there's, you want to dig a little deeper and take care of people at a premium level. If you have large amount of visitors, let's say you're like a Walmart or something like that, then obviously you want to be testing every details as much as possible, right? Because you actually have enough traffic coming through, you test, and for every color that wins, that beats the other one, you can literally increase your revenue by 30, 40, 50, sometimes 300%. Very, very important. So this topic, analytics, that we're talking about today is everything. All right. So you want to test call to action buttons, like I said, so you can create more user-friendly experience that converts visitors into leads. All right. I hope that helps. Let's keep going. Yep, so website analytics, you track website traffic, user behavior, analyze visitors data and identify areas for improvement, then optimize website design and content for better conversion. These are all steps that you get to take with just a few clicks. All right, let's keep going. What else here do we have? All right, good. Marketing automation. Imagine streamlining repetitive tasks like, email marketing, freeing up your time to focus on creative strategies. Well, imagine that, right? Obviously, that's the direction that everything is going. The world is going in the direction of marketing. You didn't think marketing was going to be different, right? Any different? No. Automation is everything, everything as much as possible. But what does that mean? Well, it gets you get to win because you're going to stay on top of that, right? You're going to be on top of that. You're not going to sleep around until the automation takes away your job. I don't think there's anybody here like that. The idea of you being here because you understand that you have to stay on top of these things, right? So you don't get stagnant, all right? So marketing automation powered by data allows you to do just that. It allows you to stay on top of things. All right. Marketing automation also is a product of good analytics, right? So you want to be able to send personalized email campaigns based on user behavior, right? Oh, they click this, I'm going to send this sequence of emails, not the other set of emails, all right? Based off of their needs, based off of satisfying those particular user behavior, right? And then you track the effectiveness, right? Sometimes you do that and you find out that, well, that was the wrong move. Well, all of this is possible because you're tracking the data. All right, so that doesn't just save you time, but also allows for a more targeted approach that resonates with your audience. All right, so yes, you're going to automate repetitive tasks and save time and resources. It's not about fairness. It's about doing what wins, what manages the most of your resources so you can do it over and over again and beat the ish out of the competitors. It's as simple as that, okay? Then obviously automation in marketing allows you to personalize email marketing, like I said, and then obviously you want to track the effectiveness of that over time. Any questions? If you have any questions at this point, what we're talking about today is some of the marketing analytics secrets that allow the people that engage this process to become six-figure earners, six-figure producers. This is why they will hire you. This is why you will turn a simple, small product into a massive, successful business. Even, yes, a one-man business, a side also, all of that. This is going to be key to that. Back in the days, you would have to pay hundreds of thousands of dollars to set up automation system to allow you to see these kind of things. Literally today, Google Analytics is free. How's that? You just have to choose to be a part of it. That's all. Google Analytics is literally free. It comes with a free Gmail account. Go figure. You just have to get to work. All right. All right, let's talk a little bit about social media analytics. We can't talk about digital marketing without talking about social media, right? We can't. It's almost impossible, right? So, analytics on social media are your secret weapon for understanding your audience on these platforms. All right, numbers. You look at numbers. You don't look and say, it looks like you can do that to an extent. There's some qualitative measures you can take, right? But ultimately, the numbers are also your friends, okay? So you essentially want to dive into the data to see who your followers are, okay? Again, all of this stuff is free and allows you to see where they're coming from, the demographic, right? What content they engage with the most, who they're watching, like literally all the people that come to my YouTube channel, I know what channels they're watching. So I can tailor my content to make sure that I'm taking care of their needs while I'm still aligning with the overall strategy, because I do have my own goals as well, right? So you're able to use this insights to tailor content and interaction to each social media audience. Every platform you go to is different. TikTok is different from Instagram, it's different from YouTube, from Facebook, right? So does that sound like a lot? Well, this is a fun stuff right here. Once you understand how the numbers work, it's fun stuff. You literally watch human behavior right in front of your face, okay? When you do that, that fosters stronger connection between your product, your offers, and your audience. You're also able to build a loyal community around your brand, okay? This is stuff that we'll put to work on a daily basis. It's orchestrated, is intentional, all right? Very, very intentional, all right? Does that make sense? So again, there's Google Analytics, This website analytics. Now we're talking about social media analytics. As people, your followers are engaging you. Some of them are not your followers yet, but you already know they're going to become your followers. You at least know a certain percentage are going to become your followers. And even if they don't, you know what they're engaging in more before they have a few touch points. Maybe they've seen your stuff about 7 times. Now you can predictably say, hey, this one's about to become a follower. That's literally how it works because you have the numbers. You can track everything. Unlike everything else that you do, that you don't show. Your faith is in hands of fate, right? That's different here. We literally can see where the numbers are going. We see where the sales are coming from, and we double down. When we see where there are some winnings going on, we double down on the winners and we kill the losers. The same thing is applicable on social media, and these social media platforms, when you have some numbers going on, they will give you and more tools to facilitate the process. All right, so you're able to identify best performing social media platforms. Also, not every product don't belong on every social media. Some products, or a blend of a product and a personal brand, some of them don't belong on certain platforms. You might end up on LinkedIn. Somebody might be like, God, you know what, your product is going to win big on LinkedIn, and you might just try it, and you're like, wah. My numbers shows me that I'm actually better on TikTok, and somebody else told you before that TikTok is only for losers and teenagers, and like, my number says otherwise, right? So we don't count on what people say, at least not all the way, right? Sometimes you should pay attention to that, because sometimes the numbers are lagging indicators, right? But ultimately, you're able to have numbers to back up some of your, what's the word I'm looking for? To back up some of your hypotheses or theories, right? If you will. All right, so let's keep going. Customer relationship management. You're probably seeing this coming up how many times now? It's part of our bigger picture, right? The customer relationship management software, the CRM, right? You're able to track all your customers' interactions across various channels, such as social media, website visits, and email correspondence, of course, right? So by integrating analytics data with your CRM, that's as simple as turning a button on like a switch, right? By integrating these things, you can personalize communication, okay, with each customer. Kind of similar to what we talked about, which is the marketing automation thing, slightly different, right? So marketing automation is a piece of some of the puzzles in CRM. It can also be some of the pieces in some other tools that you might find useful depending on what you're scaling. Ultimately, a big part of what we do is we keep it simple, right? So if you're a one-man business, we'll keep it simple. You actually get to win faster. If you're a many people business, there's a strategy behind that. If you have like a team, you have a team of marketers, like you have a department and stuff like that. There's a way we need to put things to work to make sure that you're getting the results that aligns with your overall objective. So you can personalize communication with each customer based on their unique needs and interests, and that fosters stronger relationships, as I said earlier when I talked about marketing automation, and it also builds brand loyalty, all right? Ultimately leading to repeat business and positive word of mouth marketing. You want people to keep telling more and more people, tell more and more people, let them tell more people about what you're up to. That's ultimately what we're trying to do, right? So now that you've learned all this stuff, if you have any questions, feel free to drop in the chat or in the comment area later on. We're just getting started. What next now? Right? Like I said earlier, you wouldn't want to launch a product without understanding your target market, right? You want to make sure you understand your target market. Data is your key to success in digital marketing. Data is your key to success. Like honestly, like anything else in life right now, data, it starts and ends with data. Okay, data is essentially a unit of information. It's useful information. It gives you insights. Okay, you get to leverage the insights from this analytics to build value. Remember, value. Everything starts with value, right? Everything starts with value with respect to the people. Then you build a system to deliver value to the people. That's the whole point of all this, right? Yes, the same thing that happens in your traditional market has to happen online in the digital landscape. And that's what we're trying to do here. So it's not, don't overthink it, but we're going to measure, because we actually have the opportunity to measure numbers. We're going to measure some numbers, okay, in order to deliver the value to the people in a more optimized way that allows you to build brand loyalty and to give your customers the ideal level of value, right? In the eyes of the beholder, not what you think value is, but what they think value is, right? What actually engages them, what they actually find value in, both in short and long term. Okay, so ultimately we want to take action and put your learnings into practice. Now let's talk about this data stuff a little bit more, right? We've explored the pillars of successful digital marketing, right? And there's a couple of things, we talked a little bit about KPIs, right? Key performance indicators. What about metrics? What about dimensions, right? These are some of the things that you will learn over time. Metrics is basically what are the things we want to measure, right? What are the different numbers that we want to measure, and measure them in what capacity, across what dimensions. You're going to learn more about that over time here. But KPIs are essentially the big picture, right? So like I said, for me right now, at the stage where my business is right now, is literally overall like revenue. Okay, there's some places where we can see so many numbers. We can see views, we can see clicks, we can see leads, we can see click-through rate, we can see average view per viewers, right? We can see average view duration, how long people are staying on each video. Frankly, to some extent, those things there's so many numbers, you just get confused and they become a distraction. So they're interesting to see, to look at when you're looking to analyze, but ultimately you got to pick 1 to 3 key performance indicators that represent your overall picture. Okay, so for us, that's revenue. Now, for every business, it's not always revenue, because that could be a blind spot. And that's the tricky part about this things. That's why you need experienced eyes. If you're spending a lot of money, especially if you're spending a lot of money on marketing, you need people that are understanding those nuances. All right. So KPIs are the big picture, revealing how well your marketing efforts are achieving your personal or your business goals. Okay. Metrics are the individual data, the data points you track to measure progress, like the ones I mentioned earlier, views, a lot of things that you might actually consider vanity metrics. Most of them are vanity metrics, like likes, how many people are liking on your video. I do look at that, but do I really care? All right. To some extent, it's like, no, it's, you should look at those things to look at your engagement. Make sure your engagement is good, but I wouldn't look at that more than once in any given 3 months, okay? Just to make sure that we're still on track. Okay, and finally, dimensions are slice and dices of your data. So depending on what aspect of it you're measuring, are you measuring what side of what context, right? Those are things we'll cover in more details with some examples later. It's good stuff to know, because it allows you to analyze specific segments, okay, and gain deeper insights. But again, it can become easily an overkill if it's too early in the game for you. Okay, so you got to keep at the back of mind to keep things simple, and keep things simple is all the way through across the board, but it just means different things for different phases of your business, right? So for a business that has multiple supermarkets across the whole nation, keeping it simple means something different for them than it is to you. So just keep that at the back of your mind. All right. So dimensions are essentially slice and dices categories that segment your data into, for deeper analysis, depending on what phase of the customer journeys. All right. Okay. All right. So now understanding some website traffic is crucial. Okay. Here are some of the KPIs that you probably want to pay attention to. I've mentioned some of them already, right? So we're talking about how many people actually visit your website, how long they stay engaged, right? How long, because that's very important. Engagement is everything. Engagement is So second to revenue for me will be engagement. I want to make sure that people are actually, on an average, relatively speaking, that they're engaging my content. Okay. It's always a matter of average numbers. So for example, average view duration, that means on an average, after 1,000 people have seen this video, on an average, it's a 1 hour video, but the average number says 10 minutes. What that really means is that a certain percentage will finish it, a certain percentage will watch just the beginning and say, what is he talking about? And then a certain percentage will watch half of it, and then everything in between, right? So again, that's why I say you don't want to overthink it. You don't want to do overkills and overanalyze. There's something called overanalysis actually. Okay, it's called paralysis by overanalysis. Paralysis by analysis, right? You will end up doing nothing if you get too stuck on these things. To a large extent, you do want to have like an interverse where you come back and look at your numbers and make sure your numbers are good. So there's unique visitors. It's essentially the number of individual users visiting your site. There's page views. That means sometimes people will come back multiple times. They count each one of those as individual page views. They call them the total number of page viewed during website sessions. So that's another way to look at it. Like some people will hit one page and then they will go from that page to another page on your website. Those will be 2 page views by the same person within the same session. But if they come back another day, that will still be 2 page views. However, those are 2 different sessions. Does that make sense? Rewind it if you don't get it. All right. But those are some of the things that you will be learning more and more that will make more sense to you over time. There's something called the bounce rate. I mentioned the bounce rate earlier on, right? How many, right? What is the percentage of visitors who leave after viewing only one page, or even after 10 seconds on your page? They look at it as like, scanned, and then they click back. And they went back to wherever they were coming from, whatever website referred them to your website. Obviously, we want less and less of that. And obviously, you're not going to get 100%. There's just going to be some people. It's about the numbers. It's a numbers game. Okay. Then also you have average session duration. Is very similar to average view duration on videos for YouTube, right? It's basically the average amount of time users spend on your website. Okay. Any questions? Any questions? All right. Any questions at this point in time? How many, let me ask you guys a question in the chat. How many websites are on the internet today? What's going on, Chinye? Not too. How are you there? Hope you guys are doing well. How many websites are on the internet? Pop quiz before I continue. How many websites are on the internet? How many websites are there on the internet? It's okay to search for it. It's okay. Open book. You can search for it. How many websites are on the internet? Come back to the screen before we continue. I'm waiting. This is about making money. We have to know the stuff, right? How many websites are there? Let's just say that in the cyberspace, right? How many? Like approximately, of course. We don't know. We probably will never know the exact number, but approximately how many websites are on inside of our space? Let's see. Ebby Tax says 1 billion. Okay. Millions of billions. Come on, it cannot be millions. There's 8 billion people on the internet. An average person that's on the internet probably has 2 different web pages or websites, I should say, right? People are trying different things. People are trying to win in this game, right? Let's see. Coach Kevin says over 1 billion. Okay. Yeah, there's over 1 billion. Definitely over 1 billion. You know, it's going to be more of it, right? It's going to be more of it. In fact, I'm looking at, let me see here. Some reports says over 2 billion functional websites, actually. Okay. Okay, so let me look at there's actually more. There's another report here that says approximately 3.9 million websites are created every day. Every single day, 2,772 websites are created every minute. All right. 46 websites are created every second. All right. What does that mean? Ebby Tax says, according to Chat GPT, 1.8 billion according to Chat GPT. Okay. So there you have it. It's a lot of websites, a lot of people creating websites out there. What is going to be the difference between your website and their website? Majority of these websites, they don't get any traffic. Nobody is seeing them. They're just being created on Squarespace. Squarespace. They're created on Squarespace, and they are basically dead on arrival, right? They're there. Squarespace continue hosting money from people. A lot of people are paying $2, $3 for websites that basically are not making any money. I don't want your case to be that. I want you to actually make something out of what we're talking about, okay? So it's not just about creating website. That's the easiest part, okay? That's the easiest part. It's about creating websites that people actually come to on a regular basis, and more importantly, they're actually swiping their credit card. They're buying something from you. You're making money. That's what this is about. Okay? If you're not doing that, all of this is pointless. And a lot of times, people will start, right? And they'll basically drown themselves because they're overanalyzing everything. Really, what it gets down to is just start. Just start. What is your first step is the question you should be asking. Not trying to figure everything out up front. Okay? So I know I've shared quite a few things with you today, okay? But if you walk away from here with anything today, just know that you will have a website. You will have a social media profile somewhere, maybe on Instagram, Facebook, YouTube. But all of that is useless if you're not bringing website traffic. If visitors are not visiting these spaces, it's essentially useless, okay? Now, the way you're going to get them to visit those places is to attract them. So it takes us back to the first pillar, value, right? Value system people. All right, let's go on to the next slide here. User engagement, KPIs, and metrics. Like I said, next to revenue for me is engagement, okay? People will not buy from you if they're not engaged. If they don't feel like they know you, like you, and trust you, they're not going to buy. That's just simply the fact, okay? They're not going to buy if they don't feel like they know you, like you, or trust you. Very, very important. So engagement metrics reveal how well your content resonates with your audience, all right? These KPIs that you're looking at right now, I'm calling all of them KPI. You're going to choose 3 pieces of KPI for your own business and then follow them all the way to $1 billion. That's how you're going to do it, okay? If you haven't done that yet, you're probably overthinking it, okay? And you're probably messing around, wasting a lot of time on nonsense, okay? Did I say $1 billion? I actually meant $1 million, sorry. You're going to pick 2 or 3 metrics and follow it all the way down. Well, obviously you set them up properly. You're going to pick 2 or 3 metrics. You're going to follow it all the way down to $1 million. Okay? That's how you're going to do it if you don't want to do overkill when it comes to analytics. It's nice to look at every 3 months to see overall what's going on, but just pay attention to what I just said. So these KPIs show how effectively you're capturing attention and engaging and encouraging interaction across different channels. Obviously, from discovery all the way down to a purchase, and then upsell, and then they become evangelists and actually help you promote your business. They become word of mouth. Hey, this person helped me. It changed my life. It transformed. You want people experiencing transformation when they engage your products and services, and then they tell everybody else about it. That's the key. But you have to start driving that, right? And one of the easiest way to do that these days is on the internet. It doesn't matter what you sell. Like, it literally does not matter what you sell. The discovery, all of them are starting on the phone. Okay. All right. Let's move on here for another one. Conversion, right? You're going to pick one piece of conversion. So let me go back a little bit, just in case this website KPI. People are coming to your website. 1. All right. And these are the different types of KPIs or metrics, right? But you're going to pick one key performance indicator, right? On the next level here, we're dealing with user engagement KPIs. How well are people connecting with your content? How well is your content capturing their attention from the beginning of engagement till the end, right? 50%, 40%, 30%, 100%? Are you like Mr. Beast or something? Even Mr. Beast does not have 100%. I'm just saying, all right? It's just the numbers game. You're competing against self, your own data, okay? You look at your own analytics and you're competing. You're just trying to be better than what it was yesterday. And you're never really comparing yourself against other people. There's some benchmark here from experience we can share with you that this is a good number, this is a good number. But honestly, every product, every service, every niche is different. But you will see your numbers and you'll see where you're looking for opportunities for improvement. All right, and the next level is called the conversion. Which one of the conversions do you want to track? Okay, conversion is when on the customer journey, when somebody goes from one touch point to another touch point, right? A conversion is measured. So for example, if somebody lands on your website, boom, and then they fill out email address and they end up on a confirmation page because they downloaded the book. That's the method that we use here, right? That is a lead conversion. If they purchase, that's a sales conversion, right? If they took an upsell and say, hey, you bought the burger, would you want fries with that? And they say, yes, give me $1.50 fries there, right? That will be an upsell conversion, right? So all of that, those are different types of conversion. So conversion, earlier we said content is king, right? Well, conversion is really king. That's when people literally say, you know what, I like what you're talking about. I want to take a little extra step. Okay. So it just depends on how your business is structured. Some businesses might be videos. The fact that you've watched 50% of this content, that could be conversion for my business. That could be how I measure conversion. If I manage to get to engage your attention all the way through 50%, maybe my business is happy. You don't know what my numbers are, right? It doesn't matter. It's your numbers that matter. But those are conversions right there. So conversion is king in digital marketing. These KPIs and metrics will track how effectively you're converting website traffic into paying customers. Obviously, ultimately, you want them to become paying customers. But there might be a few conversion touch points in between the discovery, they land on your website, and becoming a paying customer. It just depends on your model. The earlier you are in the business, the less it should be, and the better money you're going to make. Okay, but there's a whole strategy behind that. We'll talk about that when we get to that phase. All right. So you want to analyze this metrics to optimize your marketing funnel and to maximize return on investment. Okay. Either you're investing money or time, they are worth a whole lot. Okay, you can't take time back. You can actually still get money back, but money, time, yourself, resources, you want good return on your investment, obviously. Okay. All right, that's it for today. All right, I did promise that I was going to give you a special announcement in about 6 minutes time, but I'm just going to go ahead and do it right now. We're committing, I know we said 11 days boot camp. What do you guys think about the 11 days for those of you that stuck around all the way through the 11 days? Any words? Let me know what you're thinking in the chats. What do you guys think about the 11 days boot camp? Do you guys want more of this? Do you guys think I should do more of it, or is it enough? Is it enough? Should I go and rest? Right? Should I go and rest? Let me know. Engage me in the chat for a second. We got a few more minutes. Engage me. What do you think? Should we do more of this? Did you like it? There's more, I mean, if you haven't gotten the book, you can get the book by simply going to the link. You can get it for free. You can download it for free. It's called Digital Marketing Certified. Okay. So this book is 207 pages, something like that, 213. All right, it comes in hard. It also comes as a paperback like this. So yeah, go ahead. If you haven't if you've been through this program all the way through, you definitely should be reading the book along as well. You should be doing that as well. All right, thank you so much. Thank you. I appreciate that. Very helpful, informative. I definitely gained a tremendous amount of insight. Definitely want more. Thank you. I appreciate that. All right, so here's what we're going to do. All right. we've decided, let me see here. All right, so we've decided we're committing another 39 weeks, okay? 39 weeks every Tuesday night. All right, commit yourself to it, okay? Not just that, invite other people to come check it out, okay? Every training session is standalone. You learn something new that you can apply to your personal life, to your business, to your career. Especially if you're in IT of any sort, you're going to find all of this useful in one shape, form, or the other in any capacity. But more importantly, for all my side hustlers, I want to help. Okay, I want to help. Also, if you have an existing business, I definitely want to help. Okay, so tell your friends, invite them. We've got more. Okay, 15 years worth of failure and success. I have a lot of stuff that I want to share. Okay, as we go along, but we'll make them stand alone so that it's easy to digest. You've learned the power of data-driven digital marketing today. Okay, so this is not just just do anything, and no, this is stuff we're going to track all the way to success. Like, we don't give up because we can literally see the path to success because of the availability of numbers and being able to track our actions. So now it's time to take action and turn those insights into success. The 3-pillar digital marketing system is a blueprint for building a thriving online presence, online business. Obviously, if you want a career in digital marketing, there are many roles, starting from $50,000 a year to as much as up to $200,000 a year. It just depends on where you fit, what you bring to the table. So definitely you should, you'll get to leverage this to achieve more of your goals. All right. So now here's the exciting part about all of this. I am offering a variety of different options to fit your needs and your level of experience, whether you're a do-it-yourself go-getter, doesn't matter. Someone seeking to they want a completely done-for-you solution, I have that as well. And if you prefer a collaborative done-with-you approach as well, we also have that program designed to help you succeed. All right. So I can clarify on any one of this. You can just book a time with me. We can have a conversation. If you have any questions, right now would be a good time for question. But don't forget, just go to 3pillarsystem.com or myempirepro.com/3pillarsystem, and then you can learn more, okay, about how this might fit into your life. If you're not sure, just go ahead and book a time, and then we can talk about how I can help you build a thriving business, a thriving digital marketing pipeline for more traffic, more leads, more customers, clients, money, business, right? And yeah, that's it. So if you have any questions at this point in time, if not, I think we're just gonna go ahead and wrap it up for the day. Yes, so like I just said, we just committed another 39 weeks. We're gonna make it 50 weeks. So I'll be back right here on Tuesday evening, God's grace, 8:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Tuesdays, to share another one with you. Hopefully you've been enlightened and educated. We'll see you on the next one, and peace.
The key. So I just need to get the guests.
I get between 800 to 1,000 unique visits every single day.
Ola and Shola, if you're really looking for the strategies, the websites, the training, they know what they're doing.
It was very simple system.
So like an average person can honestly understand what they're doing.
Ola and Shola, these guys are original, okay? They're not Me Too marketers.
For Ola and Shola,
If you want to learn fast, you want to learn right.
It has taken all the confusion out of not just online marketing, but marketing period for me.
My good friends Ola and Shola, I highly recommend them.
I can't express myself enough about my Empire Pro. It's simply wonderful.
there's no one more that I would recommend than Ola and Shola.
What I like most about my Empire Pro is that it's simple to use.
I highly recommend. They are top-notch leaders.
All you have to do is follow the system, 3 simple steps, and begin to make money online.
Ola and Shola. Whatever it is that you're lacking, these guys have it within their inner circle. And I highly recommend from a mentorship standpoint.
The system, it's a great system. It's simple, easy to use. It's complete. I love my Empire Pro.
Ola and Shola, these guys are absolutely awesome. I have learned so much from you guys, and I'm excited about what you guys are up to right now. I can tell you there is no way in heck that I'd be getting 40 to 50,000 hits a month to my blog without your guidance and without your teaching. So
That I can make money and not do anything.